BLK women, y'all losing. Just woke up. All my little cousins been talking about if they gonna get them a YT girl or a Mexican girl.
So Nala, why do you feel like I'm a single mother?
I mean, you pretty, but you fuss too much.
Well, Nala, I guess you gonna be a single mother too then.
I ain't gonna be no single mother like mama.
What? What's wrong with being a single mother?
I ain't finna mess around with no 3 kids.
Okay, why do you think I'm a single mom?
Because you work for free.
I work for free. I work Monday through Friday, and how do you feel like I work for free?
Because you broke.
Alrighty. Now, last not least now, don't say nothing crazy. But why do you feel like I'm a single mom?
Because you don't be yourself.
How do you feel like I don't be myself?
That's not
even your real hair.
I can wear a wig if I want to.
Yeah, but without a wig, you like a grown man.
All right, this real quick. This brother said that black moms are mad because their sons now want Latino and non-black women, Latino and white women. I'm gonna try to find the other video where the woman got mad because her little brother told him that he didn't want to be with black women because they loud and obnoxious, and she kind of proves his point or his theory in the comments in the same video. But hit the link in the description, join the Patreon for the real channel. Go down that. Thumbs up the video, share, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. So I'm not in tune like with the young generation like that. If I see them, hang around, I might throw the football with them, but you ain't really having them type of conversations. But those with like nephews and sons and little brothers and stuff like that, if that's really true, um, you know, the whole shaming tactic with older black men that choose to date out is that you must hate your mother or you hate yourself. And if that's true, I mean, that's true, but I will give credence to that. I don't think men who date out hate themselves. Women are always trying to think how men think, right? But the one thing about it is you getting a lot of the women that date women, the studs, the butches, they starting to say the same thing about women, right? But my thing, looking at it like that, I don't think guys who swear or date hate themselves. It's a number of reasons why they do so. It's because maybe they tried to date the black women that they like, and it just never worked. Or some black women don't like them, and black women sit here and say that's a lie. That's the truth. We know amongst, especially in the community, like the vast majority of women, they like thugs. I did a video. I haven't looked at the comment section yet. I've been busy, but they been pretty. I pretty much do black women like criminals. And when I started to kind of look around and just think through my history with the older women, all the older women I pretty much knew dealt with criminals, whether they was thieves, whether they used to sell drugs. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah. I'll tell a story about my homeboys. We went to high school together. We hooped together, and his mother ended up her mother was beautiful, right? And she ended up with a dude that just came home after 20 years. This dude was like 5'5", stock. He was cool though. He used to give us some knowledge and shit. I didn't know him through the son. I knew him because me, the mom, and him worked out at the same gym. They kind of had the rivalry between them. That's another thing about being a stepdad. I ain't gonna get into that, right? It was, to me, he was a cool dude. He used to always kind of give us some knowledge and stuff. Man, he got his life on the right track, whatever. And a lot of these brothers that go through that and they get their life on the right track. I was working out with a guy. He killed the dude. He killed the dude, but you never really knew it. You know what I'm saying? He was a good dude. Like that. I knew him as a good dude. And and then this is like, but I was like, it just seems that way, right? So, but it seemed that way. That's what they truly prefer, criminals. And then they ignore productive men, or I did the video a couple months ago about guys that's in a gray area. That's the blue collar workers, even the white collar workers. Um, kind of those 9 to 5 guys or blue collar workers, whatever. Black women either want bottom in the barrel or they want the elite of the elite guys, and it's just, and most of them are entertainers and stuff of that nature. But now that you see it starting to trickle down to the young fellas, and now the young fellas are saying they want Mexicans or Latinos or Puerto Ricans or white women, and they don't even want to deal with black women no more. And it's kind of like how black women say, well, y'all must hate your mothers. Well, y'all need to look at it now. And I will get credit to that. I've had conversations with black guys that, they won't come out and say it, but their mothers are the problems why they don't date black women. They won't come out and say it, but I've had those conversations. Or you had those conversations and they want to beat around the bush. Their mother was terrible. In so many words, I can say it. I'm not going to say no names, but their mother is terrible. They don't even want to deal with their mother. And that's true. A lot of guys don't want to say it. You heard the boxer Stephen Fulton say his mother, talked after he lost, said, there goes my house. And he said, I felt like I hated my mother, but I know I don't hate her. No, you're feeling, you hate her. You hate your mother. I wish people would just own it, bro. Like, honestly, if you're going to come out and be with it and be honest, own it, bro. People need to hear this. And if one person say it, that's how the manosphere started. One person said it, and somebody's like, "Oh man, I feel the same way, and I feel the same way, and I feel the same way." Like, oh man, I didn't know it was other people that. So, like I said before, now that you're hearing the youth say, you're hearing guys 12, 13, 14, 15 years old saying it, it's the mother. It's the mother. It's the sisters. So now they can't just say, oh, black men, you starting to see it. Oh, she's loud, or the way you hear black women talk to their sons and how nasty their mouth is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys are going over their white friend's house and they going over their Latino house and they said, damn, y'all eat dinner together, or you don't get cussed out, or this don't happen. This is how you living. Now that the world is becoming way more multicultural and people going over each other, they like, oh man, your mother don't talk to you like this, and you what? So the women are starting to be exposed as the problem. See, when the older black men say it, they get shamed. But now that you have the youth saying it and they don't want to deal with these women, and they starting to say it, and then you see black guys rather get passports, black guys rather choose peace over pussy, and then you start to see a lot of the brothers, a lot of the black men just saying, I'm not fighting no more. We not going to dating mixers, we not going to the club no more. We just gonna stay in our own lane. We just gonna date out or go overseas, and they like, oh, they shaming them. But now you got the children saying it. The children, I want a Latino, I want a white girl, I want this Indian girl, I want this, that, and the third. Now, black women gonna have to start looking at themselves and saying, okay, what are we doing wrong? You think it ain't embarrassing your son can see you on the internet twerking? You ain't embarrassing when that white mother pulled up to the school trying to promote our OnlyFans? You think it ain't embarrassing for Kim Kardashian, for the children or her kids' private school to see that they can see her monkey on the internet? You think that's not embarrassing? You think that your whole culture, you think your children don't see you having niggas coming in and out the house all the time? You think your children don't know you selling coochie? You think your children don't know you the problem? Remember that video where the kids were saying that why they was asking, the mother was asking, why you think I don't have a man? And they was giving her honest answers and all that. Come on now. Come on now. When the children don't lie. So start to look at it that way, man. But hey, this is getting steep out here, man. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. And man, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. That's where the real channel go down at. I do appreciate y'all for watching, man. And but other than that, man, it's a dirty game out here, man. I think when the children start saying it, it's a problem.